sports. Right now, we are watching a game in the Spanish La Liga. Real Madrid taking on Huesca. Last time out, it was really good for them. They beat Barcelona 3-1 in the El Clasico, and right now they are 3-1 up. Eden Hazard, some of you have wondered, he's still a player for Real Madrid. Well, he's playing right now, did well, even got a goal, a cracker of a goal that the Belgian scored, and he is running things for them in the midfield and on the wings as they are up 3-1 against Huesca. At one point it was even 3-0, but Huesca pulled a goal back. We'll also be looking at what is going on in the English Premier League and of course all other leagues. Exciting footballing moments awaiting us this afternoon. So we'll be looking at things happening in other sports. In Formula 1, well, the next Grand Prix, this guy, he absolutely needs to win it, and right now he is on pole. We're talking about Valtteri Bottas, but will he be able to convert pole to a win? We'll have to wait until tomorrow to find out. Anderson Silva, some consider him the greatest of all time in the UME, but when you consider the number of losses he's had, and well, he's had a very long career. He's 45, and he says this is going to be his last fight. He will be in the octagon later tonight, and he will be taking on Urijah Hall. He says it's going to be his last fight. He inspired so many fighters, including the current champion at middleweight, our own Israel Adesanya. So we will be previewing that match, Urijah Hall versus Anderson Silva. And Khabib Nurmagomedov, you know, he has retired, or he told us that he's retired. But Anderson Hall is saying that he spoke to him, and maybe he could convince Khabib to do one more fight because he wants Khabib to get to 30-0, just as Khabib's father wanted. But Khabib has said he promised his mother that he will never fight in the UFC again, just because his father is not there. That he even had to beg the mother for 3 days before she accepted that he should have one more fight. But right now Khabib is in the news because he has criticized the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, because of the comments that Macron made concerning the terrorist attack in France. He said some things which many Muslims didn't find pleasant at all. And Khabib Nurmagomedov, who is you know, very open about his faith, has criticized the president of France. And we can also tell you that Megan Rapinoe is engaged. Yeah, Megan Rapinoe. But she's engaged to a woman. We'll be telling you about that shortly. Welcome to the show. My name is Saliu Ibrahim, but they call me the Sports Ibracadabra because I bring my to sports presentation and analysis. Sanofi Francis, the Sports Berlusconi, and I go Sarek Bekan, the Sports Maestro here. Let's begin with this one. The match that we're watching right now, Real Madrid against Huesca. Just about 2 minutes to the end of the game. Real Madrid are 3-1 up, and the way they are playing, since there is a spring in their steps in midweek, the Champions League didn't go particularly well for them. They were unable to get a win. It was a draw in that encounter.
For me, Real Madrid, they've been inconsistent this season. They lost to Cadiz at some point, came back, redeemed themselves, won against Barcelona in the El Clasico last time, and the other Champions League, they were beaten at home, and now they struggled to even get that 2-0 draw that they got last time, and now they are winning 3-1. Looking at their last two performances in the La Liga, one would say they're having a fine season, but if you bring everything together, you know that inconsistency have been seen at Real Madrid. Hopefully that they can get their season back on track.
Did you know the first goal, Karim Benzema?
Yeah, so I think we are good. but they just have that particular day where they play very very well, fantastic football rather, and then they just have that particular game where they don't play very well. Against Barcelona, I think they were awesome at the Camp Nou. They totally have played Barcelona in that game. They knew what they had to do and they went for it and they did it and they got the maximum 3 points. Then against the opponent in the UEFA Champions League, I think they capitulated. Yeah, they got the 2-2 draw, but they struggled. Prior to that, Shakhtar Donetsk came and they were surprised themselves that they were able to win. Maybe because they're not playing at their main stadium, which is the Santiago Bernabeu. Maybe that is the reason why they're not really getting in. But I feel that when Hazard, who played and since left the pitch now and also scored today, if he's truly in form and that those injuries that he has been played with since his arrival at Bernabeu, if he's really that player for them, like we saw at Chelsea, I think he's that player that can lift the team spirit, that can drag the team to the finish line. We saw him did the same thing twice for Chelsea in the UEFA Europa League. We've seen him also drag Chelsea to the finish line winning the Premier League, not once, not twice. So I feel all they need right now is to have a fit Hazard, and that Hazard that is not overweighted and he's ready to really play football. I think Real Madrid will come good.
Well, Hazard was brought in to be the midfield orchestrator for Real Madrid, but because of injury, he has been unable to really hold his own. And so worrying that this is his first La Liga start of the season, and no chance to injury. And the more worrying is that the start that he's got right now, his first goal for Los Blancos in 392 days. So this is the same Hazard that when he was at Chelsea, he produces assists and he scores, often. But right now, things are not really working out for him. I just hope that this injury will allow him to get a wonderful season with Real Madrid and see how he can win things for them. Yes, we saw how he played today, and the 40th minute he was able to do 1 or 2 touches before leaving that rocket, which opens scoring for them. Right,
here comes Real Madrid again attacking, and somebody who said, who was that told me that Manchester United are now the best team without the ball in Europe. But that has always been Real Madrid, the breakneck speed at which they counter-attack. It's just that they've been having a poor game, but you saw a glimpse there, and from a corner kick that they considered, they have now won a corner kick, and it was even almost a goal for Real Madrid, the way they attacked Huesca.
Yeah, fantastic play from them. This is what you expect from them, and that is the reason why Zinedine Zidane is having the pressure on him, because he's unable to get results. Yes, for in the UEFA Champions League, they still have 1 point from 2 games, which is really worrying. And they said they start winning, they will find it difficult to come from that group. But the Premier League right now, they are back top of the La Liga, and if they can maintain this, then they can retain the title. But then I think if they maintain this kind of form, throughout the season, I'm sure they are going to have 1 or 2 titles, to their collection.
Okay, we'll go on this quick break, and when we return, we will be looking at other things happening in the ever exciting world of sport. Please stay tuned.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 Olowo Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
Honey?
Yes, dear.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to sports food. I think it's about time we go solar.
How?
With Vertical Solar, we can have all our appliances and electronics powered by solar, and they allow us to pay small. We can pay installmentally with as low as 36,000 naira monthly, spread across 12 months.
Tell me more.
I know you like the idea of paying small. Vertical Solar range of products can power all household devices, including air conditioners and water pumps.
What are the benefits of solar power?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, no more spending on generator and no more generator noise.
I see. But how can I locate Vertical Solar?
Head now to 28 Country Home Metal Road off Ajib Junction, Sapele Road, Benin City, or Blossom Mall beside Stop to Shop stores, DBS Road, Asaba. Or you can call them on 0816 170 1105 or 0703 623 4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
Welcome back from that break. Okay, we just talked about Real Madrid. That match has ended. They won it 4-1, and it means that they retain their position at the top of the Spanish La Liga. Let's look at the Spanish La Liga and see the matches that we'll be having later today. As Real Madrid, they are setting the pace. Well, it hasn't been particularly great for them anyway, but right now, having beaten Barcelona in the Clasico, they find themselves top, and from that match that they played today, you just know that they do not have any intention of letting go of that position.
Yeah, apart from the match between Real Madrid later today at 4:15, Atletico Bilbao will be at home to Sevilla. Osasuna will trade tackles with Atletico Madrid, while Deportivo Alaves will welcome Barcelona.
Okay, so right now Real Madrid top with 16 points from their 7 games, followed by Real Sociedad, who have done remarkably well, 14 points from 7. Cadiz are third. Cadiz, remember, beat Real Madrid. They have 14 games from their 14 points from their 8 matches. And Granada, who usually get relegated, and but they are also doing very well. They are on 13 points from their 6 matches. So if they win the outstanding, then they will be level on points with Real Madrid. But Real Madrid, their goal difference is 8. Granada right now is 0, so they will have to win by a whole lot to top the league. So that is what is going on. These are the first 4: Real Madrid, Sociedad, Cadiz, and Granada. If you are a Barcelona fan, your club right now is 12th, 7 points from their 5 matches. But Barcelona are capable of winning their outstanding 2 matches. All right, let's go to the English Premier League now. We saw a game earlier today. Sheffield United hosted Manchester City. Manchester City won that encounter 1-0. It is expected that they will win, but the scoreline, and you got to wonder, has any club really set the pace as title contenders this season? Manchester City, one of the favorites of many to win the title, but they've not been too convincing. Even the matches that they've won, they've kind of struggled.
That's why last week I was saying that none of the first 10 teams right now, one can actually just raise his hands and say, this is the one I will win. And somebody was arguing that the first team, Everton lost last night 2-0 to Southampton. For Manchester City, I don't know. I think Pep Guardiola will be thanking God right now that they even won this game. They were not really convincing. Yes, Kyle Walker got the goal for them, but they had several chances to have even scored more goals, but up front was as if they were playing under 23 or under 18 even. They were playing against the Burnley side. They didn't know how to make those decisive decisions up front in the final third to bury the game. For Burnley themselves, they have a couple of chances. Sheffield United, not Burnley, playing against Chelsea now. They have some chances to have even equalized or even won the game against Manchester City, but they themselves didn't utilize those chances. I don't think any of them, like you said, Brian, has really convinced any of us, apart from some run that we've seen from the likes of Aston Villa and Everton. But we know that when the going gets tough, they won't definitely be that team. I feel Everton, like I said at the beginning, will qualify for Europe. It could be Champions League, it could be Europa because of the coach, but I don't think they have the mentality just yet to win the English Premier League. I feel the likes of Chelsea, likes of Liverpool, even Tottenham, they will get there, they won't their way into the hearts of everybody to start making predictions. But right now, with what we've seen from them, even if we know that they won today, Master, but I don't think right now one can seriously say that this team, with the way they are, that they can go ahead and win the Premier League.
Okay. Right now we have Burnley taking on Chelsea, and we've just seen their lineups. And I recall somebody saying that maybe Frank Lampard should start with the same team that played against Krasnodar, and I was like, look, this guy has had 64 matches, and it's been 61 different starting 11, and today he's done it again. Not exactly the starting 11 that we saw, although it's like the one that he ended with, but he's bringing on Thiago Silva. Thiago Silva is starting this because he did not play the last one. And in the attack now, we've got Tammy Abraham, Timo Werner, and Hakim Ziyech.
Yeah, it's really good.
And Mason Mount is starting.
Yeah, and you have Mason Mount, you have Kai Havertz. If these two guys can pull the strings from the midfield, I'm sure they will be able to release Tammy Abraham, all the time, and also the likes of Timo Werner, who can also play as a central striker. So playing Werner and Tammy Abraham, I think that's a boost for them because they are both central strikers and they can also score. And also for Hakim Ziyech, though, since he
just play both of them, are you not saying that one of them will have to go to the wings? And the way it's turning out, it seems like Timo Werner goes to the left wing. And I don't know, I've seen him play that at his former club, and he was deadly from that. But at Chelsea, Timo Werner playing from the left has never really worked out for them.
Yeah, I think when you have someone like Christian Pulisic fit and is on the bench, then you play Werner in that particular position, then you'll be wondering why the managers or the manager.
But hold on, they've got to, they are having a 1 minute silence for Nobi Styles, who was part of the England squad that won the World Cup in 1966.
Yeah, so I feel
a West Ham legend died. Burnley legend died
yesterday.
Yeah.
I feel that Frank will have to have a serious discussion with his technical crew to really know what they want this season. I think these days, you have to look for a way to satisfy the players. When one big star is on the bench for another one, you have to look for a game to play that particular big star. But again, you have to look at it. Where is Chelsea right now? Is this the right time for them to be bringing in new faces to the squad, or they should be shuffling each time they come out from the tunnels? They have to ask themselves, why not win 10 consecutive or 15 games together before you know you are in a place where whatever gets to happen, Champions League football is sure for you next season. Before you start doing this refreshing, right now it's an experiment. You're right. Yeah, I don't think Tammy Abraham is that man that one can really rely on to spearhead your attack. And those also think that Timo Werner is that man that you can rely on to orchestrate things from the left-hand side of the field. When talking about the forwards, I feel he's more prolific and deadly when he's the point man. He knows how to fall back down to the middle to get the ball and run at defenders and make those passes. But from the left-hand side, it has not really worked. Yes, it could have worked for him at RB Leipzig, but that is the German Bundesliga. In England, everybody is capable of beating you. But when RB Leipzig gets to play a team like Crotone, that's maybe a lesser team in the German, you expect them to win. Miles of and stuff. But at Burnley, teams come here to lose the games and even share the spoils with Burnley. Liverpool at some point found it so difficult for 2 consecutive seasons, that was like 3 seasons ago, to beat Burnley. They had the better of teams. United and others, they come here to win, but
Chelsea beat them last time. I think it was wasn't it against them that Christian Pulisic even got a hat-trick?
Yeah, but if
Nobi Styles isn't a Burnley legend, played for Manchester United, Middlesbrough, and Preston North End.
Okay, so I would Frank Lampard, but I really want to see. I'm a big fan of Frank Lampard. I'm not a fan of Chelsea guys, but I'm a big fan of Frank Lampard because of the way he was so disciplined all throughout his playing career. I want him to succeed at Chelsea. I like when young managers come in with fantastic ideas. I like the way Chelsea play football, in terms of when they attack, when they defend. I hope that he gets to stay. I don't want to see him being fired. I want him to move from here to that dream of his, that is being the coach of the Three Lions. I know that's his dream himself and Steven Gerrard. I want to see them been successful. But again, he needs to get his act right.
Experimenting at this time, I think it doesn't. It's not the best thing so far. But then when you have quality players, at your disposal, you just have to make sure everyone is happy one way or the other. But then I think Tammy Abraham, when the season, when he joined Chelsea and was going down over 9 shirts, yes, he was able to justify it by scoring so many goals. But at some points, he had a dip in form. But now you have someone like Timo Werner, Tammy Abraham, then you also have other forwards like Christian Pulisic, Akin Ziyech, though.
I will play Olivier
Giroud. Olivier Giroud. When you have somebody like Hakim Ziyech who can be whipping in those crosses, you need someone like Olivier Giroud who is very good in the air. But he has not played Olivier Giroud for some time, and maybe
Olivier Giroud's link-up play with the midfielders and his partners up front is second to none. He knows how to hold the play rather, and invite his teammates to come in. That is right now what Tammy Abraham is lacking. And for me, I would prefer Olivier Giroud above Tammy Abraham.
When Tammy Abraham came on as a substitute in the last match, I think he played very well. That's why Frank Lampard.
I agree, but that game was already on Chelsea's favor. They knew that whatever happens there onward, they were going to win the game. So for me, playing in the Premier League, and Olivier Giroud is more experienced as far as Premier League football is concerned than Tammy Abraham, and you need the wins right now. Chelsea are not fifth, are not second, are not fourth, are not third, are not even first on the log.
The 11th.
Yeah, so they need the 3 points. A draw here is not good for Chelsea. This will be their 6th or 7th.
But are you scared that this Chelsea team will not beat Burnley?
This is
with the way they've set up the 3 attacking players that they have, the 3 midfielders.
It's not negotiable here. They should win convincingly.
Yeah, my fear is if we were to be Chelsea playing at Stamford Bridge, I would say this is all 3.
Stamford Bridge without the fans and
Burnley without the same thing.
Burnley, they are stubborn, but I think
without the fans, is it not the same thing?
I think Chelsea, they are big enough to beat any team in the Premier League. But my fear is right now they are not in a particular position where probably they want to be or where they wanted to be at the beginning of the season. But hopefully it turns out to be a great game for Chelsea.
Okay, Chelsea have already lost to Liverpool and they drew against Manchester United. Also had draws against Southampton and West Brom champion. These are teams that you expect Chelsea to beat, but they've dropped points against them. Maybe that's why there is a little bit of concern that Chelsea might not be able to do it against Burnley. But of course, they know what is at stake. We'll be keeping an eye on this. And after this match, we are going to have Liverpool take on West Ham United. Well, Liverpool, yesterday we were told that Virgil van Dijk had successful surgery, which is really, really good, and I wish him a speedy recovery. So we'll see what they can do against West Ham.
I think West Ham will be very, very happy. They are playing a Liverpool team right now that is somehow depleted.
Yeah, this is a very good time to play Liverpool.
I think even Chelsea would have wished for a Liverpool team the way they are right now. If they were playing against Liverpool, I think Chelsea will win. Not because Chelsea right now they play the best of football, but when they attack you, who's going to defend?
And this is an opportunity for Burnley, but they missed it. So Benjamin Mendy still has not conceded a goal in the Premier League, but defense was caught out cold there. Was that Zuma? Easily beaten ball over his head.
This man is big.
And
Mendy is big. I mean,
he knows how to cover.
Yeah, he's big. Yeah,
but that will be reviewed. Let's see what they will do. If they I think they've already reviewed and they didn't see anything wrong with
he's a big guy and he knows how to cover very. It's only for you to be big and for you to utilize it.
He's an international. He plays for Senegal, so we should expect that. He is.
I'm happy.
Yeah.
Personally, I wish he's
Africa,
Nigerian. I'm jealous right now of Senegal, but I'm happy playing for Chelsea at the age of 28 and his history and all that. And he's the first choice goalkeeper right now. I mean, he's making us proud. The likes of himself, Mo Salah, Sadio Mane, and all the Premier League class, and of course other top African players including Nigeria, obviously playing for other top European countries. I was so particularly impressed with the statement of Roberto Mancini, the Italian manager. He said that Osimhen has made Napoli a Scudetto contender. I mean, when was the last time you heard of, a manager talking about Africans, or particularly Nigerians like that? The coming of this particular Nigerian has made a team like Napoli more competitive and make them a title contender. I think we Africans, we are doing fantastic job right now. You cannot talk about the success recently of Liverpool without talking about the input of the two Africans that are there, including Naby Keita and all that. So fantastic for the African players playing their trades, especially in European football.
Okay, the rest of the fixtures in the English Premier League, matches that will be coming up tomorrow: Aston Villa versus Southampton, Newcastle United taking on Everton, Manchester United versus Arsenal. This is the biggest game of the weekend, and Tottenham Hotspur will be playing against Brighton and Hove Albion.
I think we're going to see a tight game, especially than United and Arsenal. United will be coming from the wake of their fantastic victory against RB Leipzig, playing at Old Trafford again against Arsenal. Arsenal also coming back from their 3-0 win. They refreshed the team. They played mostly their second bench, and they were able to win that game. So it's going to be an exciting game. The last time both played at Old Trafford, it was a 1-0 draw. Aubameyang was the goal scorer. He actually equalized for Arsenal that day. I hope it could turn out good for both teams, but I feel right now both Houston and confident they will want to share the spoils.
And for Thomas Partey, I'm sure we're going to see how his impact will go on tomorrow to see if Arsenal will get
stronger.
Since he joined then, I think this is his first big game that he's playing for Arsenal. So he'll be having his hands full tomorrow to see how he's going to marshal that midfield for the corners. But all the same,
the play against Leicester City.
Leicester City are not bigger than Manchester United. I mean, this is the biggest game thus far in Premier League that he will play until when they get to play against Chelsea, Liverpool, and all that. I think his game tomorrow will determine how far Arsenal will go. I think he's a decent defensive midfielder. I think he knows how to cover very well the back line. But again, a tree can't make a forest. He might be very, very decent and very good, but he will need his teammate rather to come into the game and play.
The likes of Aubameyang, and you have other guys who could still come on to assist him yesterday. He knows how to join the attack, initiate attack, and also try to score. So for me, I think it's going to be.
If he had moved over to Chelsea, to beat Chelsea that signed him up, I would say Chelsea definitely win the Premier League.
Looking at
with this squad, with Thomas Partey in this squad, and he's playing alongside N'Golo Kante. Any team that plays against Chelsea, home and abroad, that is in the Champions League and in domestic, will find it difficult to break the line. Yeah.
Okay, let's go to the German Bundesliga now. There are games going on. FC Cologne, they are playing against Bayern Munich. Bayern are up 1-0 there. Arminia Bielefeld 0, Borussia Dortmund 0, 40 minutes on the clock. Augsburg 0, Mainz 05 0, and later we'll have Eintracht Frankfurt 0, Werder Bremen 0. Later it will be Borussia Mönchengladbach taking on RB Leipzig. So these are the matches that we have going on, or matches that will be coming up later in the German Bundesliga. In Italian Serie A, Atalanta are 2-1 up against Crotone. Atalanta is away from home. Then later Inter Milan will play against Parma, while Bologna will be taking on Cagliari. In the French Ligue 1, Rennes, they will be taking on Brest, while Nantes will play against Paris Saint-Germain. So these are some of the fixtures of the matches that we have going on. We'll keep you updated with this match, which we are tracking live. Chelsea versus Burnley. They've played 9 minutes so far, and it is goalless. But for now, let's quickly go to other sports and look at. Okay, before we leave football completely, let's talk about this. We spoke about it briefly yesterday. Pep Guardiola complaining that the Premier League did not allow 5 substitutes. He is even suggesting that they should allow. He said absolutely that they have to. That he doesn't understand why the Premier League clubs will vote against continuing to permit 5 substitutions for the 2020-2021 season. We know that the other leagues, the other top 5 leagues, are allowing it. It was brought in when the 2019-2020 season was restarted after the lockdown in June in order to protect player welfare. And Manchester City, who have been affected by so many injuries, they are not happy about it. They've had they have 5 players out. Liverpool are the worst hits. They've got 7 players out. Manchester United 5, Newcastle 5, Chelsea 2, Arsenal 5, Aston Villa 3, Brighton 6, Southampton 4, Crystal Palace 6, Everton. Well, since they are the worst hit, they've got 9 players, 9 players out. Spurs right now have got 2 players who are out, and so they are not happy. Leicester City have got 6, Leeds 5. So Pep Guardiola isn't happy at all. He said he hopes that they will reverse this, that the Premier League will they will open this discussion, and they should not. They should bring back the 5 substitutes. And even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, the manager of Manchester United, says he doesn't understand and he cannot believe that the vote went against them, because apparently Manchester United voted for there to be 5 substitutions. But some of the smaller clubs, they argued that this thing is going to favor the big size because they have larger squads, and so that's why they want so many substitutes. Take a look at Chelsea, for instance, that bought 6 outfield players this transfer window. So if you give them the opportunity, it will mean that every match those guys can play, and some of them can be on the bench, and they will just bring them on to change the matches. So that's why some of the clubs voted against it.
No, the truth is this. You cannot expect the number of games a club like Chelsea will play in a season compared to the team they are playing right now, Burnley. Burnley gets to play in the Premier League. That's 38 games for them. They get to play in the FA Cup, but we don't even know how far they will go. They get to play in the Carabao Cup. We don't even know if the first, and that will be the only game. But Chelsea, they get to qualify for continental football. It could be the Champions League, it could be the Europa League. And if it is even the Europa League, they have to play more games than they will have to even play in the Champions League. And the journeys that they will be making in those games will be more difficult than what they make right now in England. So I feel that they are using these players in ways that probably might not be helpful to the English teams. You have the La Liga and just the Copa del Rey, then they play in the Champions League or the Europa League. If they are allowing their clubs from 1 to 20 to make 5 substitutions, and you get to compete with them at the continental level, they are more refreshed than you. They are piling more pressure, more difficulties on the teams that probably may bring glories to you from the continental level rather. So I hope that they will have a rethink. I mean, these teams, they know that when they lose a game, they need to perform, or else their fans or the owner will come for the technical crew or the players. But for Burnley, I want to lose the next 5 games and win the next 7 games and lose the next 10 games. And but we talk about Burnley because they are not expected to go out there and even qualify for Europe. We clap for them when they do. For Wolverhampton Wanderers, it's surprising to most of us that consistently now they are in there trying to play European football. The same with Sheffield United, who did very well last season. But when a team like Tottenham, Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, and others, they don't make European football, we criticize them. We even criticize the players and the technical crew. So I hope they understand that things are different for them. And any football club can be the best football club. Before Manchester City, this Arab money came in, they weren't that team that you expect to play in the Champions League, Champions League. But they came, they rejuvenated the team, and now they are in the Champions League. Burnley are here. Very soon a new owner is coming in for them. So if they are able to bring in the funds, including Newcastle as well, they are able to bring in, they could compete with the big boys. For now, you have to allow those boys to enjoy. I think it's out of jealousy. That's just the way I'm saying it. But again, it will still tell on them. I don't think Everton is playing at the continental level right now, but they've got 9 good players out.
Which is really affecting them at the moment. But then I think, for me, 5 substitutes is okay, honestly, because now you have players having injuries, and you have some clubs that will rely on some players, even if they are not 2 feet, but they just need their presence to give their position some kind of a threat. And some have been playing since the season started, and they are getting tired. But because the manager wants them to play, so sometimes it affects the players, and at the end of the day, they got broken down, which will affect them. So 5 substitutes, I think it'll be okay. Maybe if they bring up the debate again, I'm sure maybe the rest of them will look at it as okay. Let's just go with the rest of the major leagues in Europe and also have 5 substitutes. For Christian Pulisic, while warming up for today's game, he got injured, and that was the reason why he's not playing this game today. So other clubs are still facing the same thing. I think they should just join the rest of the list.
It's really not proper. I mean, they need to bring this fashion
because they have so many tournaments.
Normally, you have Champions League every fortnight. Now you're playing every week. This week they play again until the international break. Once they are back from the international break, including the players, they get to travel. How many of these players playing for Burnley and other gets to play for their national team? Just a couple. But the likes of Chelsea, probably everybody playing right now, will have to travel for the international. But obviously, Mendy playing for Chelsea, will definitely play for Senegal. You have Thiago Silva, N'Golo Kante. All of them will be traveling. Yeah, all of them will be traveling down to different places.
Former president.
Apart from that, I mean, you have most of all these lads, even those on the bench right now, probably even Giroud will travel to France to play. So
yes.
They have to think about this thing. The number of games that the big teams, their players, they get to be involved in a particular calendar, which is 12 months, starting from August down to May thereabout. So I hope they seriously have everything.
Just saw something there. Isn't that supposed to be a penalty? Yeah, especially with what happened to Chelsea against Manchester United. This another defender was attempting to jump for the ball, but it was just pushed. Ask certain questions. Manchester United getting penalties almost every time they play, and what have we got to do to be giving penalties?
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying.
They were consecutive
than what happened. I mean, that was totally USC between Harry Maguire and Asuka. But I think again, the VAR, they have to review properly. I think there was a push initially from the defender on Ben Chilwell, but again, he probably he
was attempting to jump to head the ball, and the guy just pushed him. And there was, once you are in flight and you are touched, there's absolutely nothing you can do.
Exactly.
Okay. It's 18 minutes of action now. Chelsea playing against Burnley at home, so it is Burnley 0, Chelsea 0. All right, let's go to other sports. We'll of course be keeping an eye on this. I will be telling you exactly what is going on. Let's go to the UFC. As I told you, there is going to be a match tonight, and it is going to be the last time that we see the guy that they call the Spider in the octagon, Anderson Silva. He's 45, he's had so many great fights and has done some great stuff in the octagon. He will be taking on Uriah Hall in what is going to be his last fight. We know that in his last encounter, he fought against Jared the Killer Gorilla Cannonier, and he lost that fight via a first round technical knockout because Cannonier kicked his leg and he just went down. He was apparently injured and so could not continue that fight. But this is a guy who inspired so many UFC fighters, including Israel Adesanya, who is the middleweight champion of the UFC, a division that was dominated by Anderson Silva for many years. So Anderson Silva taking on Uriah Hall in his last encounter.
Well, I think this is one fight that Anderson Silva should win and lead the stage. Now that the division is at largest, and he's 45 years old, so it's not getting any younger. And fighting against his opponents today, it's not going to be easy. Sometimes you have a strong opponent, a difficult one that will want to put a dent in your career or make you to leave the stage with a defeat. But well, despite that, he has everything in his hands right now, and all he needs is to go for a win. So he knows what to do once the first bell rings, and just have to take it serious and beat Royal and live with a perfect fight or result as the case may be. But if he loses, well, it could just be a disappointing way for him to retire. But I know sometimes when you want to hang up your gloves, you just have to go out there and hang the glove on your gloves after a win. So he could win this in a fantastic way, maybe in the first or second round. They could ramp things up and just call it a quit, because he has got that energy, everything, the passion, everything put into that fight today, because it's the last fight. So after today, he has nothing to fight for. So why not just put everything in there and get the win?
Of course, he want to win. Even the last one against Jared Cannonier, he wanted to win, but unfortunately for him, it didn't work out. That same leg was kicked by Israel Adesanya, but Israel, some of you said because Israel admired Anderson Silva so much, he didn't really have that killer instinct when he fought against him, that he was kind of pulling back his punches because of the respect that he had for Anderson Silva. And after the encounter, you could see that he was even crying right there in the octagon, and he kowtowed to Silva, and it was, in fact, it was Silva who told him to get up, and Silva told him, you have this is now your turn. My time is past, so you have got to take it up and continue with the great division of the middleweight, so that you can hold it down. Anyway, that's not the only encounter that we will be having. This is just one in the fight card for tonight. So we also have in the featherweight, Bryce Mitchell will take on Andre Fili, while in the heavyweight, Maurice Green, not the one who used to be an athlete, will taking on Greg Hardy. In the middleweight, Kevin Holland versus Charles Ontiveros, while Bobby Green will battle Thiago Moises. This is in the lightweight. And also in the lightweight, in the preliminary card, Chris Grutzamaka will take on Alexander Hernandez. And in the bantamweight, Adrian Yannick will take on Victor Rodriguez. In the catchweight, Sean Strickland will battle Jack Mashman, while Cole Williams will be taking on Jason Witt. And Dustin Jacoby will fight against Justin Ledet, while in the bantamweight, Miles Jones will be taking on Kevin Natividad. So these are the matches that we have on this card. It's going to be taking place at the UFC Apex at Las Vegas, Nevada, the United States of America. Okay, that's what we have from this encounter. But another UFC story, and this time it involves Khabib Nurmagomedov. As we told you, he retired after his last fight with Justin Gaethje, and he said he doesn't want to fight without his father. In fact, he has to take permission from his mother. He had to speak to her for 3 days before she eventually agreed that he should have that fight. And after he did, he laid down his gloves and said he had retired. But just a day or two after, president of the UFC, Dana White, said, well, he's trying to convince Khabib to have at least one more fight that he did not know. Khabib did not tell him that he was going to retire, so he was as shocked as everyone when Khabib announced after his win over Justin Gaethje that he was quitting the UFC and he was going to retire. So he said he's talking to Khabib, and he's hoping that Khabib will fight at least one more time, gets to 30-0, because that was the wish of Khabib Nurmagomedov's father, that they wanted him, both of them at one point wanted him to get to 30 fights in the MMA. He right now has a professional record in the MMA of 29 fights and 29 wins. So we don't know yet. Khabib, he didn't tell us what Khabib has said he will do, but he's saying he's hoping that Khabib will have one more fight. However, Khabib Khabib is in the news right now because he has gotten involved with what's happening in the French political space. You recall, sadly, that a couple of days ago there was this attack in France when a school teacher was beheaded in a Paris suburb. That was 2 weeks back. And then just a couple of days ago, there was this vicious attack in a school where some people were attacked and they were beheaded. I think 3 people died in that attack. And then the president of France, Emmanuel Macron. Okay, guys, we can give you update from this encounter. Chelsea have got a goal. Was it Tammy Abraham that scored that? Let's see. Let's see. Okay, it seems like it is Hakim Ziyech with the goal. Let's see this. Yeah, that's to Timo Werner. Then, yeah, Hakim Ziyech with the goal. But intricate passing there. Tammy Abraham with the assist for Hakim Ziyech, who just rifled it. Culture left foot, who usually plays on the right, he just whacked it in. So it is a Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. Okay, so let's go on. The second attack took place at it was actually in a church at Nice's Notre Dame Basilica, and the president of France, Emmanuel Macron, described it as Islamist terrorist attack, and he said he wants to stop Islamist extremism in France. So many people have criticized him for what he said, and the president of France has defended his right to say certain things. And the fact that the first guy who was beheaded, the school teacher, was because of some of the things he said about the Prophet Muhammad. And Islam, they do not accept depiction of any prophet, not just Muhammad. Anyone that the Quran mentions as a prophet, it's forbidden to say bad things about them, to depict them in a certain way. There's no justification for killing another person, but they are trying to say that this is not right. People should not be doing it. So Emmanuel Macron was kind of saying that these guys are this was a terrorist attack, which it was, but he was saying that he wants to curtail Islam in France, and many Muslims have come against him and they've criticized him that it's like he is even supporting those attacks on religious figures. So Khabib Nurmagomedov has got involved. He posted this on the social media, and he did this with a boot print over Macron's face, and then he wrote the message: "We are Muslims, we love our prophets, peace and blessings be upon him, more than our mothers, fathers, children, wives, and all people close to our hearts." And then people are beginning to react to some of the things that he said. And as I said, so many people have come out to criticize Emmanuel Macron. I remember that even the Sun published a news item in which they claimed that Paul Pogba, who is also a Muslim, that he was pulling out of the French national team because he wasn't happy with what Emmanuel Macron said. But Paul Pogba has since come out to deny that. He said he never said anything like that. He even said that he was going to seek legal action against the Sun newspaper for publishing that. So Khabib Nurmagomedov in the news for criticizing the president of France.
Well, I think the words he used, I think they are strong words, and for an athlete, though he wasn't really happy with what was going on in France, but at times you don't take that annoyance to the social media and pour everything out the way you are feeling, the way you feel rather. But to me, he has already said these things, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. But I think other athletes, I know you have rights to express your feelings, but sometimes you don't have to overstep your boundary because you are trying to protect the prophet and Muhammad and all that. So it's not really easy for one to be beheaded, though the teachers, that we are involved in this.
When the child was beheaded in school, and then you had people going to church to kill
Christians.
Yes, and look, it is wrong. There is no justification for that. It is 100% wrong. But you see the reason why people are criticizing the president of France. There are ways you react to certain things. In New Zealand, was that last year or 2 years ago?
Last year.
Yeah, somebody went to the mosque armed with an automatic weapon, and started shooting people who were praying in the mosque. Killed so many people. The Prime Minister, Jacinta Ardern, who just recently got re-elected overwhelmingly because of the way she's been ruling that country, she immediately took full charge. Of course, they arrested I think they killed him, but they got the person who did that, and she immediately went to the Muslim community and assuaged their feelings. Look, there are very bad people. We haven't have them here in Nigeria. Look at what Boko Haram is doing in the name of Islam. And you know that if you really follow Islam, if you read the Quran, that's not what is there. They did not say go and start killing people. There's not justification for killing anybody. Yes, you say it is offensive. You are not supposed to draw cartoons of the Prophet or anybody. But the reaction should not be to go and kill somebody. I mean, if you kill the person, how do you even you kind of you are passing a very wrong message to the rest of the world that your religion is violence. That is something that and you know that it is not like that. So you are not supposed to do that. What you should do is to educate people why this thing is wrong, why you should not be depicting the prophets in a derogatory manner, because people find it. It's like when we talk racism and homophobia and all of these things, because you know that this thing is offensive to people, you are not supposed to do it. But even when it is done, the reaction should not be extreme. You should not go and start. What you are supposed to do is to maybe file a case against that person in court to say this person did this, so I believe that he's trying to offend the sensibilities of other people. This could create a religious crisis, so this person should be jailed or something. There are different countries have laws that with which they deal with some of these things. They have laws against racism. They have laws against religious discrimination and all of that. So when you do that, you should be punished. But when people now take the laws into their hands by going to kill and you behead somebody because you say they offended your prophet, I mean, there is no justification for that. But what should be done is to educate people so that they don't do that in the first place. That it is very, very wrong to depict prophets in a particular manner. Of course, these prophets are not here to, so you shouldn't just take it upon yourself. You should try and explain that, look, this thing is wrong, so people should not do it. But I think the reason why Macron is having this backlash from the Muslim world is because of the way he responded to it. There are people who, I don't know how to put it, people who misinterpret their religion. They could be Muslims, they could be non-Muslims. We know it happens. It is as I mentioned, there have been Muslims themselves have been victims of terrorist attack, and we saw how the leaders of those countries were able to handle it. So maybe Macron should have reacted in a different way rather than coming out the way he did, and it now seemed like he's anti-Muslim.
Yeah, that is really wrong. He's a young man though, but and not everybody knows how to to settle some kind of issues. Yes, you just pointed out the way the New Zealand president,
Prime Minister,
as she was able to to calm the nerves of the angry the Muslims over there because of what happened. And this is what Macron should have also done. But then I think leadership is not about qualifications only. It's also about how you can handle some certain issues that could have led to so many things. But if you're able to give a word the word could just calm the mess of maybe 1 million people, just one word, if you put that word straight. But the same one word can also turn the whole country upside down if you don't put it the right way. So I think he made a mistake, and this will lead to boycotts of French products in some countries like Qatar, Kuwait, Algeria, Sudan.
Yeah, I
Palestine,
understand
and Morocco.
his
So,
anger. I
yeah.
understand that most of the Muslim countries, you have most of like Taliban and all that, Al-Qaeda coming in to have the attack on their country. But again, this is where he got it wrong. If you go to France and you go to different mosques where the Muslim believers, Muslims, they go over to worship, you find out that not only Arab people are there are some people who are French internationals that are Muslim. Like in Nigeria, I mean, there are so many Muslims around us. Yes. So there are ways he could have handled the issue. I know he should have condemned the attack and condemn the person, that is not the religion. Like Brian rightly pointed, there are so many Christians. We talk about Al-Qaeda, we talk about the Taliban and all that. There are some people who are Christians and they believe, that they have to kill people. Like for instance, the white supremacists, most of them are Christians. That's just the truth. But they hate blacks. That does not make it right in the eyes of God, because the God that we are serving created you and I, created the white, created the green, created the blue, created the black, because I don't say color, I say human race. So I think there are better ways for one to have.
Racism is bad, but racist, at least from what we know, don't just go about beheading people and killing people. So look, the word about racism, terrorism, everything, because racism could lead to terrorism, but terrorism is terrorism is not really, it's just religion. There are religions of terrorists, but terrorism could be, people that are terrorists might not be pursuing a religious objective. It could be political, it could be something else, it could just be racists could even say, okay, they want to start killing people. But I'm just trying to point out that most of the races that we have right now in the world, the problem of racism that the world is dealing with is not that of people going to attack or kill people just in the name of their faith. But unfortunately, what we now have, which is really not Islam, because it's something that I practice, so I know that it's not Islam at all. But people are using the name of the religion to create all sorts of problems.
Yeah, true.
If you publish cartoons, caricature of the prophets, and I say it as a Muslim, I'll be offended, but I cannot engage you, trying to educate you on this, that look, this thing is wrong, why are you doing this? I mean, what will you stand by, what will you gain by doing this? But I'm not going to even slap you. I am not going to, in fact, once the argument gets heated to a point, I'll just leave you to your
because you've already said
But unfortunately, some people will take it upon themselves to want to personally redress that what they perceive to be wrong, and they will even go as far as killing that person. So that, I believe, is what the French president is against, and that's why he said he's going to clamp down on Islamism and everything. And when you do that, because there are 1.5 billion, I think latest estimates, of Muslims in the world. So imagine if let's say of that 1.5 billion, how many claim they are Muslims that are terrorists? I don't know. So if you now have over 1 billion people in the world committing acts of terrorism every day, then there will be no peace anywhere. I mean, you will just be hearing killing. So what the rest of the Muslims are trying to say is that, look, these people do not represent us. So when something happens and you just issue a blanket statement like Muslims are terrorists or Islamism, all these things, what is trying to point out that, look, we are 1.5 billion people who have also condemned the acts of these terrorists. So I think what Macron and other people should be preaching is, how do we get the help of the Muslim community to fight the rise of Islamist extremism in France. If that is what he had said, I'm sure it will not generate this kind of reaction, because unfortunately there are some things in France, for instance, they are not even permitted to wear the hijab in public. So there have been some issues that is already offending the Muslims in France. So when he now said this, it became something else. So Khabib has spoken. Let's see how what will come out of this. And remember too that recently the Arsenal player Mesut Ozil, who is also a Muslim, said some things too about what's happening in France and in other parts of the world. All right, let's go to basketball now. There is this a player, and look, this is something that I am not very okay talking about. Toronto Raptors, they said that they are cooperating with the NBA's investigation after their guard Terence Davis was arrested in New York. Yesterday we were talking about one basketballer who plays for the Minnesota Timberwolves, who threatened people with a gun, and marijuana was found in his house. And now we now have Davis, who's 23. He was charged with several offenses, including 2 counts of assault after an incident involving a woman in Manhattan on Tuesday. And this, as I said, this guy too is young. The other guy too was 23, right? Yeah. So you have 23, rich, black, young, and you are having all of this, which is really not nice, and it goes with that stereotype. And they will start saying things like, look at a black man that is even rich, but he's involved in something like this. So what do you expect from others? So
I don't understand who gets to manage these people, or maybe they are just stubborn. But again, you being rich does not make you stupid. There are things you have to distance yourself from. There's this common saying here that you don't want to find the soup that you did not use in eating on your lips. You try. I mean, you've made it to the NBA. That's the biggest as far as basketball is concerned. For instance, I play in the Premier League. I'm getting even £30,000 a week. I'm a big boy already. So you have to seriously think about your future. You shouldn't be seen around things that will bring you to the news in a bad way. You should be seen around things that will bring you to the news, like the young man is doing. Marcus is 23 today. And today we're talking about he should be knighted because of what he is doing. Those are the kind of things we want to hear. Right now, the world is against you the way it is because of where you are living. United States, kind of, the environment, kind of, it's against the blacks. And when they hear things like this, it's kind of one way. Like you said, nothing justifies you taking another man's life. I mean, if someone is wrong, allow the law deal with that person. If it's found wanting, I'm not against that. If you break the law, you should serve the J-10s. But you shouldn't be found doing things like this. I really don't understand. I'm a basketballer. With me playing for Toronto Raptors or Minnesota Timberwolves, I'm a big boy already. Without me even winning the NBA, brother, I get endorsement. This is not playing right now, but because he's an Arsenal player and he once played for Arsenal, Real Madrid, for the rest of his life, he cannot be broke. So I really don't understand what would drive some of these superstars to be involved in all this nonsense. I mean, they have ways to get their names out there in a good way, not this way. I hope for their sake that they can come back to still play basketball, because right now, because they were found in possession of this nonsense, they might tell you you're going to be the end bar for the next 10 years, 100 years. How many years do you have to play basketball? I hope others will learn from this.
he was also charged with endangering the welfare of a child, criminal mischief, aggravated harassment, attempted assault, and harassment. His lawyer, Gabriel Esposito, said that his client has entered a plea of not guilty. We hope he's found not guilty. The Raptors, they signed him as a free agent after he was not drafted in 2019. He played all 72 regular games in the 2019-2020 season and averaged 7.5 points, 3 points, 3 rebounds, and 1.6 assists per game before he played in 6 playoff games as the Raptors were beaten by the Boston Celtic in the Eastern Conference semi-final. So we hope that these young men, they would get a hold of themselves and behave in a particular way. We hope that they have a team around them who can advise them on how best to react, because many people are not even happy at the successes that they are getting. So they should be able to act in a proper manner so that it doesn't lead to issues for them. Okay, let's go on to a story that is pleasant, although because of our sensibilities in this part of the world we may not really like it. But look, this woman has been in the news and she fought very hard for women's equality, equal pay for women, and everything. Donald Trump doesn't like her at all. Her name is Megan Rapinoe. Of course, she plays for the United States women's national team. She was even voted the best player at the World Cup. Well, she has now gotten engaged to the love of her life. Her name, Sue Bird, who is a basketball player. She's not related to the great Larry Bird of the Boston Celtics. Sue Bird is an Israeli American and is a 4-time NBA champion. In fact, was in the team that won the NBA, the women's NBA. Rapinoe, she won the World Cup with the United States in 2015 and 2019, and she won the Women's Ballon d'Or in 2019. Bird is a 4-time Olympic gold medalist. Bird is 40, Megan Rapinoe is 35, and Bird, she announced on the social media, and she posted a picture of Megan Rapinoe, who is the man in the relationship. She knelt down and placed a knee on her, a ring on her left hand. So congratulations to Rapinoe and Bird.
Well, they are both superstars. They've done very well in their respective careers, and to think that both of them will now be living as husband and wife, really.
No, as wives. They call themselves wives.
Okay, wives. Okay, it's funny. Honestly, it's funny because I don't know what they are, expecting from this relationship, but then I think
let's not. We're only discussing it because it involves two sports superstars. But come on, we know what this is not. It's not like it's the first time that people. What's her name in South Africa? She's married to a woman. She didn't get married today. Married to a woman. So
some of the things. If I say most, it means that I'm in a corner. Some of the things that she stands for, like the equality. When the Black Lives Movement started, she was right in there, campaigning. She's always telling Donald Trump the right things. As a president, this is what you're supposed to say. You cannot be the president and people are being killed in your country, and you're talking about it. So, for that, I respect her. She's always moving for the right things. But again, thank God these things are not really allowed in Nigeria. Seriously, that's a belief. That's a belief. I will never be someone that will have that kind of belief ever in this life, but that's our belief. So congratulations to her.
Okay, that is the situation. So even the Democratic candidates for the US election, which is coming up on Tuesday, Joe Biden has already said congratulations to Megan Rapinoe and her fiancé now, Sue Bird. Joe Biden tweeted, "Love will always win." So you can love whoever you want. Not in Nigeria though, because it's an offense over here. Okay, let's go to rugby. New Zealand, they beat Australia 43-5 to lift the Bledisco Cup for the 18th consecutive year. New Zealand consistently the best rugby nation in the world. Yeah, but we know that they are not the world champions. South Africa, the Springboks won that competition. They beat it was England that beat New Zealand in semi-final, and then South Africa went on to beat New Zealand in the final. But in this Bledisloe Cup, the All Blacks were able to beat the Wallabies. It was a record win for them, 43-5.
Good one for the All Blacks for what they were able to do, because they dominated even before South Africa. The Springboks won the Rugby World Cup. They were a dominant force, and it was surprising, to see that they lost out from that tournament. But trying to, bring back the glory days and revive their career, I think this victory for them, this is what we call blowout in basketball. I think it will bring confidence, and they will also be looking at reclaiming that world title from the Springboks. I know the Springboks right now want to hold on to that title and also try to come back stronger and better. But then I think All Blacks, if you're not, in your elements, you find it difficult to displace these guys. These guys are strong, they are fast, they know how to take on their opponents, and they know how to grant that victory. So for me, I think it's congratulations to them. Going into that game, one would say, okay, All Blacks, they are the favorites, though they lost out in the World Cup, but they went out and they just gave fantastic performance, which goes to show that in no distant time, if the Springboks are not strong enough to hold that title, then the All Blacks might just get a hold of that title once again when the Rugby World Cup comes around. So kudos to them for what they're able to do.
Okay, let's look at what's happening now before we take a look at the results of Monday night of Friday night SmackDown. Let's see some of the rumors making the rounds in the gossip section of football. Pep Guardiola, we hear he has played down the speculation linking him with a return to Barcelona. Well, his contract is going to expire next summer. However, Barcelona, they are going to make a renewed attempt to sign 19-year-old Manchester City defender Eric Garcia in the winter. Manager Carlo Ancelotti, he insists that 20-year-old striker Moise Kean will be back next season to join Everton after his loan at Paris Saint-Germain ends. Bayern Munich manager Hansi Flick, he remains hopeful that Austrian defender David Alaba, who's 28, will sign a new deal and stay at the club. England manager Gareth Southgate is set to recall Manchester United left back Luke Shaw, who's 25, to his international squad. He has not selected him since March 2019. Then Wales and Tottenham Hotspur star Gareth Bale has donated £15,000 to fund 3,000 Christmas hampers to feed those most in need in Wales. So the effects of Marcus Rashford, we are seeing it all over. Arsenal director of Operation Horse Fami is to leave the club after 3 years with the Gunners. Then leading agent Mino Raiola has arrived at AC Milan to begin talks to extend the contract of goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma, who's 21, and the defender Alessio Romagnoli, who is 25. Atletico Madrid are preparing a move to sign Valencia and Central African Republic midfielder Geoffrey Kondogbia, who's 27. So these are just some of the rumors that's making the round. Okay, let's go now to SmackDown before you guys start calling, and just get ready. There are going to be Richard cards to be won, and it's courtesy Double Val. Double Val is sponsoring our text message segment when we start taking your text messages. That is sponsored by Double Val, and we also have 2,000 naira worth of Richard cards to give to you. But you've got to, you know how we do it now, you've got to answer some questions, and this time you call and you tell us a number so that it doesn't appear like we are just giving certain questions to people that we think will win. Okay, so we've got the questions for you, 1 to 10. You select, and if you get it, it is the number that you select. That's the question I will ask you. So if you don't get, you're gonna pick a very difficult question.
Second chance.
Now, yes, no, it's just one question that you pick. You can call again and ask. Forget another question. All right, let's go to SmackDown. It opened with Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. They came to the ring, and Jey Uso was there. You don't know what happened between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns at Hell in a Cell. So, after the video package, Jey Uso, he grabbed the mic from Paul Heyman, and then he told Roman Reigns that he didn't beat him because Roman Reigns resorted to attacking his brother, his twin brother Jimmy, and because Roman Reigns knew that that was the only person in the world that he was going to say I quit for, because he loves his brother so much. But Roman Reigns said, look, Don, you can make whatever excuses that you want. I still made you quit, and yes, of course, I know that I had to put your brother in that position for you to say you quit, but the aim was to make you quit, and you eventually quit. And so Jey Uso then told Roman Reigns that he hated him, and he began to cry. The big dog, that is Roman Reigns, told him, well, I love you too, but you have to fall in line by the end of the night, otherwise you will be out of the family. So later we had Kevin Owens, who took on Dolph Ziggler. Bobby Roode accompanied Dolph Ziggler to the ring, and the winner of this will get a spot on the SmackDown Survivor Series team. It was Kevin Owens who won by hitting Dolph Ziggler with a super kick and a stunner. Bianca Belair, she was in a triple threat match taking on Billie Kay and Natalya. The winner was going to get a spot in the Survivor Series, the SmackDown Women's team for the Survivor Series. So the one who calls herself the EST of WWE, she was able to win. So Bianca Belair has got a spot in the women's team for Survivor Series. And Buddy Murphy, remember him? He's been having this feud with his former mentor, Seth Rollins. So he came to the ring. Well, Buddy Murphy and Alia Mysterio, they came to the ring so he could apologize to Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio for everything that he did when he was with Seth Rollins. Then he said he did horrible things, but he needs to apologize for his action. He asked them to come to the ring, but instead it was Seth Rollins who came. And Rollins told him that the Mysterios will never accept him, but he will forgive Murphy and embrace whatever kind of relationship he has with Alia. So he tried what he could, but instead it was Dominic Mysterio who came and he attacked Seth Rollins from behind. But Murphy then pulled Dominic Mysterio away and then started attacking Seth Rollins himself. So later this made Dominic to get into a fight with Buddy Murphy, and later Rey Mysterio tried to intervene, and he was going to hit a 619, but Alia stopped him, and Alia told them that she loved Buddy Murphy and she refused to live with her brother and her father. And then Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, they left, and she was able to help Buddy Murphy to his feet, and then she kissed Buddy Murphy, and people are beginning to ask questions, what's going on? Alia is just 19 years old, so they're asking, is it proper to have her get involved in a romantic angle on WWE? Well, Seth Rollins was then shown, was smiling, and so we don't know now whether Buddy Murphy will now join the Mysterios or he will go back and become the disciple of Seth Rollins. The Street Profits, they were involved in action and they took on Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura. It was the Street Profits that won this encounter. Then finally we had Daniel Bryan taking on Jey Uso, and then this was a brutal fight, but eventually it was Jey Uso who won this. And after the match, Jey Uso then acknowledged that Roman Reigns was the head of the table, and he told him that he's with him. So Roman Reigns then looked at Daniel Bryan, which his cousin Jey Uso took as a sign to attack Daniel Bryan. Then he beat down Daniel Bryan and super kicked him and everything. And then he now told Roman Reigns that he understands now why he beat him the way he did and everything, So now Roman Reigns then told him, make Daniel Bryan understand. And then he beats down on Daniel Bryan. Even when they had Daniel Bryan on the stretcher, he came back and attacked him and kept on beating him, and eventually took him back into the ring and hit him with another frog splash. So that was how SmackDown went off air last night. Alright guys, that was a match we can take on professional wrestling. So second half is about to start. Burnley versus Chelsea. Chelsea 1-0 up. Hakim Ziyech with his first Premier League goal. He scored for them in the UEFA Champions League against Krasnodar, and he has followed that up by scoring again here. So Burnley 0, Chelsea 1. The match that we are following live in the English Premier League. How about the other leagues? Let's see what's going on in the Spanish La Liga and other matches other leagues before we start taking calls.
In the Spanish La Liga, earlier today, Real Madrid won 4-1 over Huesca. 25 minutes of play right now. Athletic Bilbao 0, Sevilla 1. Later, Sasuna will take on Atletico Madrid, and Deportivo Alaves will face Barcelona. The German Bundesliga is 53 minutes. FC Cologne 0, Bayern Munich 1, Arminia Bielefeld 0, Borussia Dortmund 1, Augsburg 1-0 over Mainz 05, and Eintracht Frankfurt losing to Werder Bremen. Okay, they just equalized 1-1 with Werder Bremen. Then later, Borussia Mönchengladbach and RB Leipzig will take to the pitch. Italian Serie A is full-time. Crotone 1, Atalanta 2. Simiwako getting the consolation goal for the host. Inter will take on Parma later at 6, while at 8:45 it will be Bologna versus Cagliari. French Ligue 1, Rennes and Brest playing goalless, and it's 3 minutes of play. Later at 9, Nantes will host reigning champions Paris Saint-Germain.
Guys, time for you to call us 070-6263-9275 or 090-3939-4427. You can also reach us on 081-2178-9154, and your text messages, send them to 081-851-00884. That segment, the text message segment, is sponsored by Double Val. Francis? Double Val.
Yeah, number 48 Airport Road. It's a place you can go to and get quality phones, and it's also to those is also dabble into microfinance and all the stuff. Hopefully that when they call in as well for the chat, you also give us Cost Double Val again. People win this time around. Thank God you actually brought out questions for them.
Yeah.
So this time around, your destiny is in your own hands. So good luck to all of them. Good luck to all of them.
All right. So the 3 lines are blinking. Let's see. You can call to contribute, and you can also call to play the game. Hello. Okay. Sorry. Hello. Hello. Good evening. Welcome. Junior. Where are you calling from? Okay. Go on.
Yeah. What number?
You got questions 1 to 10.
Okay.
Question 7. Name 2 players who have won the UEFA Champions League at least 5 times. Yes, 2 players. 1. No.
Raul? No.
One more chance. What is his first name? All right, Alfredo Di Stefano. Let's give us your number. Your full number. Give us your full number.
081.
Okay. 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 All right.
Yeah.
Is it the yellow network? All right.
Okay, thank you. So, question 7 gone. 2 players who have won the UEFA Champions League. You mentioned Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, won it with Manchester United once, then 4 times with Real Madrid. Real Madrid have got so many players who have won it 5 times because they've won it the most. But AC Milan have also got some players. Alexandro Costa-Curta have won it. Paulo Maldini has also won it 5 times. And of course, as this guy mentioned, Cristiano Ronaldo has won it 5 times. Alfredo Di Stefano won it 5 times. Hector Real and Marquinhos, these guys are from Real Madrid and they also won it 5 times. Okay, let's go to another question. So let me have that pen. Question 7. Brian, you've got to turn down the audio on your radio or move away from where you are. Okay. Okay, James. Go on. Question 6. Okay. Question 7 was about the Champions League. You were thinking that in 5 years the Champions League. Okay, which player won the UEFA Champions League 6 times? Yes, the only one player who has won it 6 times. Okay. Keep thinking. I'll give you a clue. Is a Real Madrid player. He's not playing right now. He retired a long time ago. No, sorry. Thank you. Barcelona. Welcome. Question 1.
Yes.
What is a perfect hat trick in football? Okay, give us your number.
Okay. 6. Okay. Okay. 9720.
Please speak up and ensure you are giving us the right number.
081.
Yeah.
68.
Yeah.
22. 97.
Yeah.
02.
02.
Okay, so now that's how we'll have sent it to that number. Alright, thank you.
Alright. I get you.
Thank you. Good evening, welcome. Wanda. Okay. Nobody is voting. All of you just want to play. Number 3. Give us a sport in which a competitor can score a knockout victory over his opponent. Did I say a sport? Okay. Let me give. I'm supposed to say give us 2 or 3. Okay, no problem. Boxing. All right. Give us your number.
Okay.
080.
Okay.
35.
Okay. Okay. Alright, let me call it for you. 00 35 77 07 61. Alright. Yellow.
What is the color of your network?
Yellow. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's see. One more. Yeah, because it's 2,000. I was giving 500 each. Let's see.
Hello, policeman.
Good evening. Welcome.
Mike. I want to play the game.
Mike. Okay. Picking your name. Turn down the audio, please. Number 5. How many players can feature for a basketball team at a time? Yes, a basketball team has how many players that can play at one time? Okay. Give us your number.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right. 97. I guess it's the Yellow network as well, right?
Okay. All right. Thank you. So we've got the article and then it's gone. So this recharge card is costing Dobival, and is the sponsor of our text message segment on the show. So thank you very much, Dobival, and you guys out there, you can still do more of the sponsorship. And as we said, on this show you get educated, you get informed, you get entertained, and you also get to win stuff. So you should always listen to Saturday Sports Fiesta. Please, we are done with the game. You can only now just call to contribute. Thank you. Hello. Well, not the first call as usual. I've been at the first call before. Many people, many of them believe me first time caller, but they're not tell us that I'm a first time caller. Point whether 1-0 or 10-0 or 3.2. Yeah, Scotland was also involved in at least one goal. Alright.
Hello.
Turn the audio on your radio, please. Okay. Alright, please always do that before you call us. Thank you. Okay. Alright, glad to have you. Nobody's in the concert. It's Ronaldo for both. Ronaldo is and he has scored more. Yes. Ronaldo 5, Messi 4. Thank you. Hello. Good evening. Welcome. Okay. Oh, which game did you say? It's possible, but very, very rare. I don't know if I've ever seen it. It's possible now. We sometimes we even see matches where you see something that you think is a clear foul and the referee will wave play on. So maybe there were incidents like that. And the referee will give it. Yeah, it's possible. No, it's possible that one side may not commit a foul, but I thought what you were even asking is if the entire game there was no foul at all. It's rare for you. It's possible. It's possible. I think I've said that. Yeah, but what I think would be really rare is if the whole match there isn't a single foul. Thank you. Hello. Please turn your radio or walk away, please. We'll get you too. Okay, I'm not telling you your name. Thank you very much, sir.
No one can argue that. No one, seriously.
I contact is what we're not.
I wanted to leave it for another day, but it's Paco Bento. Yeah.
No, be
That's 1930 World Cup night. That's not fair. Now that's not how it works. I don't know. The only time that we could discriminate, I don't know if discriminate is even the right word to use, is when we say, okay, allow women to call a particular number. So because we want the ladies to participate, but to say it's only for regular call, everybody listens now. As you are calling, the fact that you are getting through, others might be trying. One time, everybody was asking, how does Danjuma get through? One time to Osewa was always getting us. At one point, he called me and he said, "Boss, to get to now these days, how do?" I'm like, and who? Okay. All right, thank you. Say those ones again. Barcelona. Lala Messi. Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay, now if you're a Chelsea fan, it's now 2-0. Wow. Kozuma, we know he's got an incredible leap on him, and this was a bullet header. Bullet. Yeah, he just ran in and headed that. So it is now Burnley 0, Chelsea 2.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Is this Adeswa?
Yes, sir. This was
Adeswa, it's been long. How you doing?
I did, sir.
Today when this thing there now, you know can't win.
You guys, you are not encouraging your female fans.
I'm not always calling now.
I've been calling you since more than 30 minutes. My call is not taking.
Okay, no
The
sorry.
thing I want to ask you, sir. This third one, I don't know anymore because I wasn't born when he was.
Oh my Okay, go on.
I want to ask you because I don't know they were saying that some people were saying he was using my dad when he was alive. He was saying that the guy was very good. I want to find out from your perspective, what perspective. What the better player? Because I don't really know the guy. Yeah, who is the better player? Don't be biased.
Of course, no sentiments, but I don't think it's even a fair comparison because they played in different positions. But during his days, was one of our best players, if not the very best. He played on the right wing and also played as a striker. He scored 2 goals in the final of the 1980 World Cup. Only one other Nigerian has been able to do that. Sorry, Nations Cup. You know Pele now. Have you not heard of Pele? I'm sure you were not even born during Maradona time, but it is no excuse. It's like saying when did Nigeria get our independence? Well, I wasn't born then. No, Nigeria got our independence, but that does not mean that we don't know. I mean, he was one of Nigeria's most influential and one of our greatest players. And apart from that, okay, you're asking just about his play. To suppose the better between him and Austin Okocha. Austin Okocha in terms of his skills and his influence and everything, but Segun Odegbami at his time, with all the superstars that we had in the national team, Segun Odegbami was one of Nigeria's best. And he scored more goals than even Austin Okocha. He's Nigeria's second highest goal scorer after Rashidi Ekini. So that tells you how important Segun Odegbami is.
If you're asking the best number 7, then we can argue, yeah.
The qualifier to include the golden boy teammate.
Osama is there already. We've mentioned we've given you the list already. Osama is there.
That's good. I want to see him. Thank you very much.
Okay. You know this one. Hold, calm down. Just calm down. Give us your number. We will send you recharge cards too, just for calling us. Give us. Okay, hold on, so that we can get it. So okay, give us your number now, your phone number, and we will.
0.
So that they don't because I know some bad boys that could be. Calling you. You know the text line.
Yes.
Okay, so just send us. Just say this is. We just call your number, but we didn't save it. So just send us your number, send it to our text line, and say this is my number, and tell us the network. We'll send you 500 recharge cards too.
Okay. Give me a button with the
7 minutes now. Chelsea still leading 2-0.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hello. Good evening and welcome. George, good to have you. All right. No clean sheets. The game is the other clean sheet in basketball. The guy puts on and the answer. You know that maybe if you get the dream team of the United States of America, then you come to a rural area, just pick some players, pick 5 players, say go and play with them. I'm sure you will have a clean sheet. One the dream team will have like 400 as their own score. You have two teams, although you can say one is superior clearly. You can't have a clean sheet in basketball. Come on. Okay, all right. Good evening. Welcome. This one. Wow, thank you. This one, you are getting 1,000 naira. I don't know 500. Also giving her 500, so it's going to be 1,000 naira that you will get.
Leicester City.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Okay, guys, sorry, we need to just go on this one. Commercial break. We'll be right back. And before we do that, let's tell you, this one, your boys, they are flying. Timo Werner has scored, so it's now Chelsea leading 3-0.
Trying to get or receive information through all corners of the globe requires unprecedented internet service. At Wireless NG, we provide fast, reliable, and affordable unlimited broadband internet service to homes and businesses. Service is currently available across Lagos and Benin. Visit us today at Wireless NG, 5 Ramaya, Ikenede Street off PZ Sapler Road, Benin City, or our marketing office, 70 or Lowell Complex, Airport Road, Benin City, or call 0807-887-9960 or 0703-672-9147. Wireless NG, erasing internet boundaries.
For yourself, oh, this not be the one you go take on the ear here, oh. You must take your eyes see so that you said go enjoy what the other people they enjoy. Who you Technica, the generator headquarters where they make everybody enjoy generators of all sizes and models for affordable price. Whether not the small one for barber shop or I've been a big Perkins generator for factory and big building. Who you Technica, the place for generators, spare parts, grinding machine, peppermint, and others. Mention the name and size of generator where you want. Back down, who you Technica get them. But the kind of money where they your pocket. Back down, who you Technica get them. Go take your eyes see for the generator headquarters. Who you Technica, 7981 and 83 Mission Road, Benin City, and all other Who you Technical branches. Who you Technica, affordable products for everybody jollification.
Welcome back to Saturday Sports Fiesta, live on 92.7 KFM, Benin City. With me, Sally Ibrahim, the sports Bakadara, Sally Fifas, the sports Badiscoli, and I go start back time, the sports maestro. The Moroccan magician has been substituted, and Callum Hudson Odoi comes on in his place, talking about Hakim Ziyech. He got the first goal for Chelsea in this encounter. It is now Burnley 0, Chelsea 3, 73 minutes on the clock. Right, let's head back to the phone lines. Hello? Hello? Go ahead and welcome. It was 2,000 naira and we've given the 2,000 naira out of a card. They've won all the cards. Okay.
Hello, Senator.
You're welcome. Oh, first time caller. Let's welcome you. Okay. Not told us officially yet, but Zero is going to be behind closed doors because the state football is back in Nigeria, but they said it is going to be in strict compliance with the COVID-19 protocols. And you know that when it comes to sports so far, they've been observing COVID-19, so it's going to be behind closed doors.
Okay.
Okay, please keep those calls coming 070-6263-9045 or 090-3939-4427 or 081-2178-9154. Send a text messages to 081-851-00884. Oh, that's Sarah. He tested negative for COVID, so he can return now. He don't test negative, but so he go need to train and some other, but he's now negative. Okay, no problem.
Yeah, Madrid.
You guys are flying, indeed. So what's happening to you in the Champions League? So you're 14. Okay. Remember 4 times. We know, don't remind us. Bad line. If you can please call us. We can hear this internet. Okay. That's line was really poor.
Hello, guys. I'm here. Come back. Madrid don't consider them the skills. They are not good in this issue. I said that. Thank you.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, there's going to be some substitutions for Chelsea. That Frank Lampard took off.
Yes.
Took off Timo Werner. Werner has already scored, and Werner has played so much this season. So why didn't he take off Timo Werner and allow
maybe one more goals? Before he made that substitution, I was complaining about his lack of play, his hold up and all that stuff. And since he brought in Olivier, I think things are better up front right now. Maybe he wants to score more.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, these things may count for you.
I'm just thinking, rest some people have been playing so much and give others the opportunity to play. Oh, the three lines not connecting. Hello? Oh, good evening. Welcome. Jennifer. Jennifer or a different Jennifer? Our Kenny fan of the year. Okay. Johannes Benedict. Which club do you support? Yes. Liverpool. Okay. Several people. Alright, go on. Which club does Benedict support? Okay, alright, go on. Right now, the one we're watching, the one we are keeping an eye on is Burnley versus Chelsea. Chelsea are leading 3-0 away from home. No, nothing. She just, Adesha just wanted to know how good he was because she was fun when he was playing, and she wanted to know if he was better than Austin JJ Okocha. But it's not even fair to be comparing. But if you are talking of, she's one of Nigeria's greatest ever players. But personally, for me, the most skillful African player that I've ever seen is Austin JJ Okocha. So that tells you what I would normally say. No, he's still very okay, and we're happy to still have him. He's one of the most cerebral players who ever represented Nigeria. Apart from being a footballer, he's the workshop that we have to reposition sports. The government of the state made him the chairman of that workshop. So he's a great asset to Nigeria, not just Nigerian football, Nigerian sports. He's even anchors the program Sports Parliament on NTA. And this is who is yeah. And a long time ago, he used to present Saturday Sports Special on NTA, and many of us watched it and it inspired us. Alright, thank you, Jennifer. Alright. There's a third time. That was taken to Madrid.com.
Yes.
And Real Madrid. Hello? So we lost that connection. Hello?
Hello, guys, Brian.
Hello? Yeah, we can hear you now. Because the Thank you. Look, I don't think getting into all this who's better between, especially when they are in different generations.
Yeah.
Completely different generations. Shagodegwami was from the 70s, I think. It was the 1976 Africa Cup of Nations, 1978 Africa Cup of Nations, 1980 Africa Cup of Nations. I think 1982 was when he started playing for the national team. Was great with RSS Shooting Stars. He came here and said, look, building insurance, that those building insurance for society, they knew they were coming for war, and that's when he said, look, insurance is not just a football club, you guys, it's a movement. You know, so Kocha has done his own bits, you know, won the Olympics, won the African Cup of Nations, they took Nigeria to the World Cup. That's one thing that that 1980 squad, the Green Eagles, you know, because they did not qualify for the World Cup, so the team that was the first to qualify for the World Cup will always get that preferential treatment when it comes to rating who is the greatest team and who are the greatest players. So that's Austin Okocha's set. We'll always get that. But as Madrid don't come say, look, I know I watched Shagodegwami. You can still go on Google, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Check. You can see some clips of him. He was very, very good. Big, strong, fast, you know. Not just a winger, he could also score goals.
I saw that. I'm very happy on Chapati justice on the bench. And Nigeria has been able to keep 4 points now against United and the last match they played. So Chapati justice on the bench. Of course, he just leave him on the bench, on the bench. So Mendy is a very because he has been making a lot of blunders of late. I think the guy that wants to send me Richard Cameron. Thank you guys too. I'm very happy today. I think he's really good to know from work. It's never of blue is the color before you leave the studio.
Alright, no problem.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Thank God on Gavin. You finished what he just cut me off. It's Barcelona. I was saying to Mr. Pan just now, you tell your team straight up their game. You say, what is your start? What is your take it from him? You don't get a coach. Not my friend was going to get a coach. You don't get a coach. You don't get a coach. I don't know if that's the right game. I don't know if that's the right game. I don't know if that's the right game. I'm not even sure. If that's the right game, you don't get a coach.
Thank you. Let's go for another commercial break. We'll be right back. Another corner. This time it was Silva with a powerful header, but this time the goalkeeper was in the right position. Okay, let's go this back. We'll be back.
Do you know that following people without their consent is stalking and it's an offense? Don't be an offender. We give our consent for you to follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook at KUFM Nigeria. On Instagram at KUFM Nigeria. On Twitter at KUFM Nigeria. Check out the latest pictures and videos and catch breaking news, entertainment gist, trending issues and happenings on social media by following us at KUFM Nigeria across the various platforms. KUFM, turn on excitement.
Hey, my friend, longest time.
Keep your distance.
Are we quarreling?
Haven't you heard that coronavirus has entered Nigeria and people are contracting the virus every day?
But I use hand sanitizer to clean my hand. I can't contract it.
That's a good step, but it's not enough. No handshakes, no hugging. Practice physical distancing by simply increasing the space between you and other people to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Truth is, stay at home. I'm only out because I came to buy food items for emergency.
You have to take responsibility to prevent the spread of coronavirus. Avoid areas where there are lots of people. Ensure to keep a physical distance of at least 2 meters from other people. Wash your hands with soap and running water regularly and do not touch your face, eyes and mouth if you have not washed your hands.
Take responsibility. Do it for you and the rest of us.
This message is from the Federal Ministry of Health, the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, and its partners.
Do you have what it takes to be the first ever Nigerhood Rep reality TV star and walk away with a whopping sum of 20 million naira and a brand new car? Or come in second place and win 10 million naira? Or even third place and win 5 million naira? Download the Nevada Bridge TV mobile application from your Google Play Store or App Store and subscribe for only 750 naira. Fill out the form within your app or your mail and submit. Make a video of no more than 45 seconds telling us your name, age, occupation, the hood you rep, and what qualities you possess to rep that hood. Send your video via email to submit@nigerhoodrep.com. For inquiries, please call 090-2000-4422.
Welcome back to Saturday Sports Fiesta with me, Stanley Ibrahim, the Sports Bracadabra, Saturday Francis, the Sports Berlusconi, and Ego Sagbet, and the Sports Maestro. Yeah, this game is almost done. It is 90 minutes and 2 minutes remaining. Chelsea are definitely going to be getting 3 points from this, but can they keep their clean sheets? Will Edward Mendy keep a clean sheet in this encounter? Here comes Burnley now. Thiago Silva with a good defensive tackle there, and the resultant kick is over the bar. So it is 91 minutes of action. Burnley 0, Chelsea 3. Earlier, Sheffield United playing at home lost 1-0 to Manchester City, and later we'll have Liverpool taking on West Ham United. And we go to the other leagues now to see what's happening there. In the Spanish La Liga, Real Madrid beat Huesca 4-1. Athletic Bilbao playing right now against Sevilla. Sevilla are 1-0 up. And Osasuna will play against Atletico Madrid later. And Deportivo Alaves will also play against Barcelona. A bit of a concern for Chelsea. I saw Thiago Silva going down. I don't know how serious that injury is. If there's one player they don't want to get injured, it is Silva. Because every time Silva has played with Edward Mendy, they have kept a clean sheet. Yeah. That was the final whistle. He's back on his feet, but he's still gingerly moving. So we'll have to wait and see what is really the problem with him. Okay, in the German Bundesliga, FC Cologne were beaten 2-1 at home by Bayern Munich. Amina Bielefeld 0, Borussia Dortmund 2, Augsburg 3, Mainz 5 1. Eintracht Frankfurt 1, Werder Bremen 1, and later Borussia Mönchengladbach will play against RB Leipzig. In the Italian Serie A, Crotone lost 2-1 at home to Atalanta. Inter Milan will take on Parma later, and Bologna will also be playing against Cagliari. In the French Ligue 1, Rennes and Brest goalless at halftime. Later, Nantes will be taking on Paris Saint-Germain. Okay, that's what's going on. Chelsea winning this encounter 3-0 away from home. Burnley, Dortmund is not an easy place to come to, but Chelsea were able to get an impressive result.
Yeah, fantastic for them. I mean, they knew what they had to do. Like I said before they started playing, that Chelsea right now needed 3 points in this world to push them up on the ladder, and now they got it. They are winner.
Yeah, fifth.
The fifth. That's what 3 points. And I know there are other games that we played between today, tomorrow, and the day after, which could change the ball. Right now, you look at them, like you said, I think on Thursday or Friday, that even the teams that are 15th, 17th right now,
the ones that better win.
Yeah, it's not as if probably they are way behind and just 1 point, 2 points, and stuff like that. So, but this is a fantastic victory.
Just enough faults.
Yeah, in the last 3 games, including United's game that they played at the goalless draw, in the Champions League they won 4-0, and this one 3-0. They've kept 3 clean sheets, and it's good for the confidence of the players, and of course the goalkeeper. Like I said, being an African, I'm so proud of him. He has been able to organize his communication with his back line. It's fantastic. I hope they keep. I know team will concede goals this season, but again, this is an improvement.
To Kepa, look at Kepa's matches last season. Not only has even kept the number of clean sheets that this guy has kept. He's not considered.
Yeah, he's not considered.
Tottenham Hotspur scored.
I feel if they had brought in Mendy last season, probably they would have really seriously competed with the likes of Manchester City and Manchester United.
Aston Villa are 5th. I've played 2 games left, so maybe Aston Villa can. There's no guarantees, but even a draw in one of the 2 matches will take them ahead of Chelsea. So Chelsea have played 7 matches and they have 12 points. Leicester City also on 12 points and they've played just 6 matches. Tottenham Hotspur have also played 6 and they are on 11 points. So there are so many things that could leapfrog Chelsea into that position. But for now, Chelsea are 4th, 12 points from their 7 matches. That's what we have in the English Premier League. Okay. Something from the Nigerian Professional Football League, the league management company having something.
Yeah, they are at their Twitter and the LMC MPFL. They said Liverpool 20 stadia to play host to the MPFL. That's 13 stadia to play host to #MPFL 21 matches and list 11 for varying degrees and of upgrades Latin repairs. They actually specified these 2. The other ones we will have to go for the Umar Township Stadium and the Dorset Township Stadium. They've said that they have to upgrade those stadium. In fact, let me just say they approve. The approved stadia are the Tesla Balogun Stadium, Lagos, Godswill Akpabio International Stadium, the Samuel Bemudia Stadium, Benin, Stephen Kechi Stadium, that's in Asaba, Okigwe Township Stadium, Adoke Amisi Maka Stadium, that's in Port Harcourt, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa Stadium, that's Bauchi, and the Patani Stadium in Gombe, the Upper Ako Stadium Makodi, Amadu Bello Stadium in Kaduna, Aba International Stadium Aba, the Muhammadu Diko Stadium Katsina, and the Lorin Township Stadium. And listed for upgrades are my Township Stadium, I made mention of Dorset Township Stadium, Sani Abacha Stadium in Kano. As Kano players will have to look for a places now. Then the Olige Stadium, that's the home of MFNFC. Yeah, the Akure Township Stadium, the Warri City Stadium, the New Just Stadium, Unadi Azikiwe Stadium, that's the Rangers National Stadium, Lafayette Township Stadium, Ifa Yuba Stadium, and that's Unewi. Okay, so those stadiums right now, anything that gets to play in that particular stadium can have their games. But according to them, they said the stadium listed for upgrade and repair require the line of new playing surfaces, provision of floodlight, TV cameras, platform, upgrade of changing rooms, additional exit and entrance gate, among others. They went further to say that closed rooms preferred grants have been recommended for upgrade. You would have to choose from any of the approved stadia should they be unable to complete the upgrade before the start of the MPFL 21. That's what they are using the hashtag MPFL 21.
It's remarkable that the Samuel Ogomudia Stadium is approved. It's one of the 13 that will be having matches, but Bendel Insurance will not be playing in the Nigerian Professional Football League.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is an advice to the Edo State government, what the owners of the club. I think Bendel Insurance should be allowed to play their National League matches at the Samuel Ugbomedia Stadium, since we will be using it for professional MPFL league matches. I mean, yeah, I think it's just fair that we should allow Bendel Insurance to play there, even if they are not in the Nigerian Professional Football League. But it means that when in Edo State, at least we get to see Premier League matches next season, even though Bendel Insurance are not there, because the Samuel Ugbomedia Stadium will be used. And I don't know which clubs around here will want to use it, but we'll find out as soon as the season starts. So it will be great going there to watch MPFL matches. And Bendel Insurance, you guys, you have got to come back to the MPFL so that we can come and watch you at that famous stadium. Okay? But my advice is, please, the Edo State government should allow Bendel Insurance play their NNL matches.
It could motivate them to get the promotion this season, and it could serve as the stadium is better, is bigger and better than what they are currently using right now. That's the level of the University of Benin. But when you play in that kind of stadium and you don't get promotion, then you know that something is wrong. But if they allow Bendel Insurance, I'm sure the fans, maybe few fans that will be allowed as time goes on, that will come there to share them, will put pressure on the opponent, and they'll get the immediate ticket. I'm sure the Tony Koko will do a whole lot to get the ticket there.
Okay, we're going on a break to take all the songs that you've requested for. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back at the end of this call to conclude the show. We are still on to start today's Sports Fiesta live on 90.7 KFM Benin City. See you very soon.
Sale al terreno de juego y la afición lo quiere, de blanco y de oro, es el número 7. Es competitivo pero cumple su objetivo, demuestra ser el mejor en cada partido. Técnica, velocidad, disparo potente, olfato de gol y es un buen asistente. Se va de uno, se va de dos, Cristiano Ronaldo mete un gol. Se va de dos, se va de tres, le hacen falta y no vuelve a meter. Cristiano Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, el equipo rival tiene miedo cuando te ve en el campo. Cristiano Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, el equipo rival tiene miedo cuando te ve en el campo. Nació en Portugal para ser una estrella, con la pelota los pies luchando por ella. Juega en equipo o individual, en el Real Madrid lo queremos igual. No para la décima, nos llevará a la cima. Más títulos, ¿cómo? Más títulos que no cabrán en la vitrina. La Liga, la Copa, la Champions, nos tendrán envidia. Se va de uno, se va de dos, Cristiano Ronaldo mete un gol. Se va de dos, se va de tres, le hace falta y no vuelve a meter. Cristiano Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, el equipo rival tiene miedo cuando te ve en el campo. Cristiano Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo, el equipo rival tiene miedo cuando te ve en el campo. Insurance FC of the day. Insurance FC the great. As it was in the beginning. Samuel, Open Mudia Stadium, our fortress, defense to the end. We will stand up in rain or sunshine while flying our yellow and our green. We are from Open Mudia Stadium, our fortress, defense to the end. We will stand up in rain or sunshine while flying our yellow and our green. As in 1972, we keep reigning supreme. As in 1972, we keep reigning supreme. Insurance FC of the name. Insurance FC the great. As it was in the beginning, we are the primal champions. We are the very primal champions. We are Insurance Football Club. As in 1972, winning supreme. As in one.
De junio del 87, a un año de Argentina campeón. Se encendió una estrella, una nueva ilusión. El gran Messi en Rosario nació. Pequeña estrella y gran jugador, comenzó en las inferiores de Club y Sol Boys. A su problema le dieron la espalda y a los 12 emigró a España. Y en Barcelona un mundo nuevo encontró, con sacrificio se superó. Y en el 2004 debutó en el Barça y con la sub
My name is Anthony Oluwafemi Olasheni Joshua. And like many of you here, I'm a child of the Commonwealth. I was born in Watford and my heritage is Nigerian. I come from the Yoruba people, who are the largest and some might say the loudest ethnic group in all of Africa. I am proudly Nigerian and I'm proudly British, and I join a long line, perhaps too long to count, of UK citizens of Commonwealth origin who've made enormous contributions to this great multicultural society of ours. In my world, that would include names such as Joshua Buatsi, Lawrence Okoli, and Ramla Ali. Like me, so many children of the Commonwealth have two homes, two identities, two cultures, and two ways of viewing the world. Some even have more than two. These days, we hear so much about division and difference that some might be tempted to see that as a bad thing. But on the contrary, it's a beautiful thing. A thing to be celebrated and cherished, and a great source of peace and stability. I feel opportunity should be there for the taking, along with hard work, dedication, and perseverance regardless of one's background. We need to strive harder collectively in order to create unity. It takes a village to raise a child. And in the same vein, it takes a whole community to act and stand together to tackle some of the challenges we are confronted with today. In the same way boxing gave me the opportunity and framework to become Olympic champion, Commonwealth champion, and now into heavyweight champion of the world. But I asked myself, what does the Commonwealth really mean? The second part of that word is key for me. A united common future could create opportunities for our Commonwealth cousins. So, here's to fish and chips, and a goosey soup and pounded jam, to the UK and Nigeria, and to the children of the Commonwealth. Thank you very much for listening.
Just laughing. He got beat up so bad. Because, I said, you know what, he talks so much crap. He say he wants to kill someone, he wants to get a body in his record, he's the hardest puncher in the whole division. He could have beat Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali. You could say he could beat all these guys in his prime. No, he couldn't. He don't have the stuff that them guys had. Them guys had incredible toughness, incredible boxing IQ, good movement, good jab. Down into what I had, which is a good right hand. And because he's tall and skinny, and a lot of people fight is well overmatched, he just gets them by surprise, and he just he's just funny, man. It's just fun. This guy talks so much crap.
What was the most problematic player you ever had to deal with?
Mario?
Yeah.
Mario was good fun. I could write a book of 200 pages of my 2 years in interview with Mario, but the book would be not a drama. The book would be a comedy. I remember one in Kazan. We went to Kazan in the Champions League, and in that match I had all my strikers injured. No Milito, no Eto'o. I was really in trouble, and Mario was the one. Mario gets a yellow card in minute 42, 43. So when I go to the dressing room at halftime, I spend, I would say, 14 minutes. I was spending 14 minutes speaking only for Mario. Mario, I cannot change you. I cannot make a change. I don't have a striker on the bench. Don't touch anybody. Play only with the ball. When we lose the ball, no reaction. If somebody provocates you, no reaction. If the referee makes a mistake, no reaction. Mario, please. Minute 46.
No way.
Red card.
No way.
Honey?
Yes, dear.
I'm tired of the poor power situation. Every time I stock the fridge, I come back to spoiled food. I think it's about time we go solar.
How?
With Vertical Solar, we can have all our appliances and electronics powered by solar, and they allow us to pay small. We can pay installmentally with as low as 36,000 naira monthly. Spread across 12 months.
Tell me more.
I know you like the idea of paying small. Vertical Solar range of products can power all household devices, including air conditioners and water pumps.
What are the benefits of solar power?
We are talking uninterrupted power supply, no monthly electricity bill, no more spending on generator, and no more generator noise.
I see. But how can I locate Vertical Solar?
Head now to 28 Country Home Metal Road off Ajib Junction, Sapler Road, Benin City, or Blossom Mall beside Stop to Shop Stores, DBS Road, Asaba. Or you can call them on 0816 170 1105 or 0703 623 4843. You can also send them an email on info@verticalsolar.com.ng.
Vertical Solar, your lifetime power partners.
Alright, welcome. It is the home straight off from the program Saturday Sports Fiesta, live on 90.7 KFM with me, Salih Ibrahim, son of Francis, and Egosa Aigbeka. Okay, so we'll just take a look at your messages before we leave the studio. And we can tell you that the match between Liverpool and West Ham United has started. 3 minutes of action now, goalless. Liverpool, their defense not what it used to be, especially the central defense without Virgil van Dijk. But West Ham United, maybe Liverpool would be a bit happy that Michael Antonio is not playing this game. He's injured. Yeah, had a muscular injury and so couldn't play. All right, let's look at the text messages.
All right, this sports show is just the best. I love KUFM Sports Crew, the callers, kudos guys, Victor Bluff. Victor, we love you too, thank you so much. This one reads, good PM men of sport, I've been trying since last year. Please play me Camu Okosha song, not anthem, it's just your song, Up Liverpool, Okoriba 1. Now,
Okoriba.
You just wrote Okoriba 1. Now, only Adesuwas send to us. That's what he wrote here. Alright, good evening, sports boss. Okay, Brian, why is the New Zealand rugby team called All Blacks? Can you guys play me Hala Madrid? So Willis. That's your nickname.
And the way you watch them, they are always wearing black.
Yeah.
It's black over black. Just the way you have Liverpool called the Reds, and you know their main color is the red. Manchester United, Red Devil. You know that their nickname is the All Blacks.
Good evening, sirs. Really happy with what Rashford is doing. Even if my United doesn't win any trophy, God forbid, I will take Rashford action more than the UEFA Champions League self. Please play me Man United at AS Roma rather. If I Yumba Anthem, brother Dolo from Ekema Road. Alright. This one reads, Mr. Ibrahim, I don't understand the Mega Ratina is engaged to a woman. Okay, we should celebrate her from region. No, we are talking about her as a sport person. We know the laws of this now, so just try to understand us. We're just talking about her and we analyzed it. Good PM men of sport. Chelsea will win their match from Chelsea board. I guess you sent in this one. Yeah, it is. They were already winning, so your prediction, just check the time. Good evening, men of sport. I greet you guys for the good work you are doing. Please, where is Victor Moses? It's in Russia. Yeah. Alright, those are the messages that we have right now. And remember, this messages segment is sponsored by Dobova right there at number 48 Airport Road here in Benin City.
I wish you could go on, but this is where we've got to say goodbye. We'll see you on Monday on the first edition of Sports Fiesta. I'm Sandy Ibrahim, the Economy, the Sports in Brikadaba. My name is Son of Francis, the Sports Berlusconi, and I go Cybercam, the Sports Pine. So please stay tuned to 90.7 KFM Benin City. You know, there's always excitement on this frequency. See you on Monday. Bye bye.